Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of From Memory. This episode was requested, and so today we're going to be talking about Bionicle from Memory. Um, I remember very little of Bionicle, so this episode might be short, but this was requested on Twitter. And if you want to request more From Memory episodes from me, please put them either in the comment section down below or hit me up at RaptorianXD on Twitter. You will find a link to it in the description of this video. And just let me know what other From Memory episodes I should do. So, Bionicle. There were two brothers, Matanui and Makuta, and this is gonna fall apart real quick. I'm just letting you know. But it was requested, so we're gonna go for it. The island of Matanui was where Matanui was sealed so that his people could live, and Makuta was there trying to kill them. But there were six Toa, so there were these masks of power, and there were these six Toa, and there were the little villagers, and the villagers were called Matorans. The villagers were called Matorans, and the Toa were Toatahu, who had the mask of power or strength, mask of strength. Toa Pohatu, who had the mask of speed. Toa Onua, who had he had the mask of strength because Toatahu had the mask of protection, which let him make a shield. Toagali, which had the mask of water breathing, I think, which is kind of lame compared to the others. Toaliwa, who had the mask of flight, and Toakopaku, who had the mask of vision, which I think let him see like extra spectrums and had like the little deal on the side. Kopaku was ice, Gali was water, Pohatu was stone, Onua was earth, Tahu was fire, and Liwa was wind. And this is where everything falls apart. I'm doing really well so far, but this is where everything falls apart. Because there were also these six priests, and they were like the head of the villages, and they were called. Oh no. They were called oh no, I don't have it. I don't know. I don't remember what they were called. It was Matorans, and then it was I want to say it's like Metru something, but that's not right because they're actually the Toa from Metru Nui, Vakama Wenua. We're not there yet. I have more time to think about that. So anyway, the the mass of power, the Toa gather the mass of power so that they can stop Makuta, and they Liwa gets like brainwashed. He gets put an evil mask gets put on Liwa, and they have to fight against him. But they rescue him, and Kapaku doesn't want to fight alongside anybody. He doesn't like him. But he has a cool ice sword and ice shield, and that's pretty nice. So then the Matoran get attacked, and they the Toa fight off Makuta and defeat him, and it seems like he's beaten, but he's not actually beaten, and it's gonna come back up again. But first, they get attacked by the Bohrok that Makuta was holding back, and the Bohrok are like these ball creatures, and they can pop out and attack, and then they can roll back in, and that's when Leewa gets brainwashed because the Bohrok have the ability to launch their masks, which are their brains, onto other people's faces and take over them. And that's when Leewa gets brainwashed and they have to fight against him. And the Bohrok are taking over villagers and they're having to try and stop them. And the Toa are eventually able to defeat them. But then Makuta comes back, and along with Makuta are the Rakshi, and they all had names, and I don't remember any of them. But the Rakshi are these like cool Raptorian like things that have like necks down, and they have spinal creatures in their back spine, and they're really cool. And at this point, the Mask of Light is found by a Matoran named Taka. Yeah. Taka, and alongside him is this other Matoran named Jalu, I think was his name. We're gonna go with Jalu, and so Taka and Jalu, like they need to get the Mask of Light. This is where the movie comes in, by the way. The Bionicle and the Mask of Light. They need to get the Mask of Light, but because it's the only way they can stop Makuta, Makuta Nuva, maybe at this point. Regardless, the Toa have to help. And so to do so, they have to grow stronger. And when they have the belief of the Matoran, I think, of their village, is when they become Toa Nuva. And so uh, Tahu becomes Tahu Nuva because Vakama talks to him and believes in him. Also, there's a soccer game going on at this point. I forgot about that. There's a soccer game going, and uh Taka, and that's not, I don't think Taka is his name. I think it's like Taka something. But Taka and Jalu are on, each of the villages had a name. Takoro. They're on the Takoro team because each village had the name of the first thing of their Toa's name and then Koro. So it was Takoro, Gakoro, Lekoro, Kokoro, Onukoro, and Pokoro. And the Pokoro team should have won that soccer game because their Toa literally kicks. That's his job. He's a soccer player. And so the fact that they didn't win makes me sad. But they become Toa Nuva and they fight off the Rakshi and they win. And the Toa Nuva designs are pretty cool. They get like some cool armor on them. And then Makuta almost gets the Mask of Light, but Taka puts it on and becomes Taka Nuva, the Toa of Light, which is pretty hype. And then they defeat Makuta Nuva for good, it seems. And probably not, but I fell off after a certain point. And then they find a passage that opens up a way into Metronui. But before they go, Vakama and the other elders tell them a story of when they were Toa way back when. I'm really gonna fall apart here. This is where the second movie takes place. Um, so, oh boy. So the they are Matoran at this point, and it's Vakama and Winua. It starts with an M, the air one. Like Macau or something like that. I really liked these Toa too. That's why I'm so upset that I can't remember their names. The Toa, the Metro Toa were so cool. Um, I can't remember their names at all. So Vakama becomes a Toa, and he's a bad Toa. He's not good. He's not a good fighter. He's kind of a constant mess up, but he's getting these visions. I'm definitely rewatching the Metro Nui movie. He's getting these visions, and the not right now. I'm gonna watch it later. I'm not saying that I'm watching it right now, but I'm definitely gonna rewatch it later after this because I liked these Toa a lot. He's getting these visions, and these visions are like telling him that Metro Nui is going to be destroyed by these spider creatures that have a name. I don't remember. That's where the third movie is. It Legends of Metro Nui is the second movie. The third movie is Web of Shadows, I think. But anyway, they have to team up to try and protect their home, and they team up. And it's tough at first because Vakama keeps messing up, but eventually he becomes the leader that they need, and they fight something. Oh, what did they fight? Did they fight Makuta? Were they? Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, they fought, and it looks like the island's going to be destroyed. So they got to go up top. They have to go up through the tunnels to be able to escape. And they lead the Matoran, some, not all, some of the Matoran die. They lead the Matoran up onto Matanui, and on Matanui are these capsules that have new Toa, and to awaken those Toa, these Toa have to give up their powers, and that's when they become the priests that I can't remember the name of, that are the elders of the village. Um, I just can't. I'm so sorry. This was requested, and I'm doing my best. Um, but they do it, and that's when Tahu and the others wake up. This is where I dropped off. The story continues from there, and I don't know where, but this is where I dropped off. I'm gonna try one more time to remember the other ones' names. You had Tahu. No, the second set you had Vakama. You had Winua. You had, I'm gonna say, Macau. You had, who was the blue one that kind of had a thing for Vakama? The names just aren't coming to me. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna look it up after this, and I'm gonna be so angry. In fact, I'm gonna do something. Because the episode's over. I've lost. It's done. I'm gonna look them up right now and get so angry at myself. Because that is where I fell off. I do not remember anything after that. That is where I stopped keeping up with Bionicle. What are their names? What are their names? Come on, give me their names. Toa Metru. All right, we had Vakama, Winua, Onua, Nuju, Nokama, and Matau. I was so wrong. Also, they were called Taraga when they were the priests. I'm such a fool. Regardless, this was requested. I hope that everybody who was looking forward to me talking about Bionicle and how much I claimed that I could remember and how much now I know I did not remember at all enjoyed it. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the full spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Bionicle has to offer. I remembered his name. I remembered what he does. I remembered his mask. I think all the masks had names too. What was the name of the Mask of Speed? It was like Kotui or something. Because like there was a Flash game that you could play where you could be the Matoran and you had to get the Mask of Speed. You had to get all the masks. You had to collect them, and you had to fight against Makuta's monsters. Man, this series just shows me that I don't remember anything as well as I think I do. Huh. But until next time, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Recommend more things for me to try and talk about from memory. And I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. It's a Bionicle has to offer.